Welcome back, everybody. Time to sum up. So, flying out, we took Southwest, which was great because of the you don't have to pay for luggage. If you can fly Southwest the entire way, there and back, that's great because all passengers get 2 bags that they can check for free. If you're a souvenirs kind of person, that's very helpful. If you're not, then it doesn't matter. We're not really souvenir people, and if I am going to buy a souvenir, it's probably going to be something small because I don't need more crap to store. Alcohol is expensive. In New York, I bought a 6-pack of this IPA, which was only 5.5% ABV. Lame. It was like $12 for a 6-pack. Which in Albuquerque, I'm going to spend $7 or $8. Unless it's a birthday, who knows? Your meals, expect to spend $50 to $70 per meal. It doesn't matter if it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Expect to spend that, unless you go super cheap and go to McDonald's or hit one of these food carts on the corner of the street. And even if you just hit a food cart on the corner of the street, you're still probably going to spend $6 to $10 per item. Like the falafel thing I got was $6. So when you got 4 people, it adds up, and it adds up quick. So keep that in mind. Budget yourself some food. Get yourself a hotel that has free breakfast. Very important. Expect to tip everybody your usual 18 to 20%. Everybody for everything, except for the food cart. I don't know. I gave the guy a tip because he was cool. I didn't have a bagel out there, and I'm sorry. Take your time. Expect to walk everywhere. It's cool. You get to see more that way. The buildings are massive. If you go in the same time of year that we did, it's brisk in the morning, but the midday to afternoon, it's very comfortable. Trust the subways. The subways were awesome. I do them all the time. They were great. I don't know how anybody lives down there, though, because I only saw one grocery store, and it was a Whole Foods. I'll be damned if I'm going to be shopping at Whole Foods all the time. But lots of little corner stores. Ride the subway, ride the bus. Very efficient. Apparently Google Maps works great with the subway stuff. There's plenty of things that you can see. If you just want to look at stuff, there's plenty of stuff you can do for free. Like I said, we walked around Rockefeller. We went into FAO Schwartz. We went into the Lego store, things like that, and that was free. The Staten Island ferry was free. You jump on it, you get to your destination, they kick you off, but then you just go ride the next one back, which is within 30 minutes. Going out to eat there, like I said, is expensive. Like some places, though, it was a 1 to 2 hour wait. Apparently, there's a place called Stardust. It's a restaurant. Maybe it had something to do with Ellen DeGeneres. I don't know. I didn't even set foot in it because the line was out the door every night we walked by there in Times Square. There's tons of stuff to see, tons of people getting in the way, but everybody's super friendly. There are people who will sell you tours left and right, and they're very, very pushy in a friendly way, very assertive. And if you say no 100 times, they're going to ask you 101, and they will keep getting you better and better and better deals. So you tell them you only got $50, they'll make that $50 work. When originally started out like $150, well, tell you what I'll do. I'll get you this, and we'll get you this discount, and blah 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 blah. Go to Central Park, totally cool. If you are going to be on a cruise, make sure you prep for the cruise because you don't know whether or not you get motion sickness. So buy Dramamine for you and the kids. Get those C-bands. If they have a sushi bar, enjoy the ginger because that helps a lot. What else? Pack in such a way that you can be efficient in your room. Whenever I go traveling, as soon as I hit my hotel room, I unpack whatever I can, throw it in the closet, throw it in the drawers, and shove my suitcase out of the way. It just makes living much more comfortable in the hotel room, in the stateroom, in the boat, whatever. Do that. Take advantage of the space that's around you. The dining on the ship, remember it's a buffet style dining. There's tons of food everywhere, and parts of it are open 24 hours a day. You want a burger at 2 o'clock in the morning? Go get you a burger at 2 o'clock in the morning. There are nacho bars. I can tell you, you will immediately miss New Mexican food. You are going to instantaneously miss, the second you step on the plane, you're going to miss your green chili. The closest I got was some pickled jalapenos on my nachos, which were tasty for pickled jalapenos, but it wasn't the spice that we're used to by any means. So I will greatly miss that when I move out of the state. Give yourself ample time to do everything that you're going to do. 4 days was a busy time in New York, but I feel like we missed out on a ton. We got to do a lot of cool things, but there are a million other things that we didn't do. But don't overwhelm yourself with too much time in New York. I think if we stayed any longer than 4 days, we probably would have started getting burnt out. Plan ahead. Make sure you budget for the trip, because this wasn't a cheap one. It wasn't the most expensive trip in the world, but we definitely are glad that we planned ahead. It was a fun trip. I would do it again. I probably would choose a different cruise line next time, because I think Norwegian was geared more toward people of Dad's age group. We went on Carnival the first time, and that was a college age group. Norwegian the older, so maybe next time Royal Caribbean or Disney or something, I don't know. Know that when you get on the boat, you absolutely positively by law have to go through their drill. And it's going to be a little annoying because it's going to drag on for about half an hour to an hour, and it's going to get warm because all that body heat is in one central location. People are going to get impatient, so don't be that impatient person. Just know that it has to happen, and there's no way of getting around it. Take advantage of the shows, the free shows on the ship. There's tons to do. There's shopping, there's gambling, there's eating, there's shows, there's games, blah 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 blah. Take advantage of it. You don't have to go pay for stuff if you've already paid for your tickets. You can just enjoy those free shows. Also, depending on the cruise you take, if you ever get to take one, take advantage of the ports. Get yourself off the boat, because you can, I think 3 days in a row, our first 3 sail days, you do get a little cabin fever for sure. With all those people on the boat, it can get a little, I don't get claustrophobic, but I could see how somebody could get that way, because that's a lot of people in one area. Real quick, to the whole buffet stuff, on the first day of the cruise, when you get on the ship, you can immediately go start eating. You can go right to it. Well, everybody has the same plan. Everybody. That was the busiest time in the buffet. So if you don't want to have to fight those unbelievable crowds for that portion, just plan ahead and have snacks before you get on the boat. You can't take any fruit with you because that's against customs. Don't take any fruit with you, but eat before you get on the boat, and then you don't have to fight those crowds. And it was nuts. That's all I got to say about that. It was nuts. Or just wait to eat until later. When they say duty free, tax and duty free, it's really not that much cheaper. You can get better prices on stuff at Sam's Club, Total Wine, and people love to buy booze, like bottles of booze on cruise ships. They love it. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense to me. And they say tax and duty free, which means it's tax free and you don't have to pay the extra fees that companies or states or cities or whatever, local governments will impose onto that product or the company and pass on to you. But still, it's not that good of a deal. Now, if you do want to do shopping on things like watches, because there's a million really cool watches on these boats, you can do that and get the tax and duty free, and they'll tell you a price, and they'll let you pay that price. But if you're like, I don't think so, they'll say, oh, well, we can give it to you for this price, and your price will go down. I almost bought a watch, but I didn't. take advantage of the kids clubs. See if the kids like it. If they do, send them in there. Let them be in there, because it's secure. You have to have your badge, which everybody gets issued a badge, kids included. The kids have to have a bracelet, and you have to have a password to get the kids. So, and the kids are only going to be in one place unless, it's part of the day. They will let you know if they're going to be taken anywhere. For the most part, the kids clubs were free, unless you dropped the kids off early or they stayed late. And if they stayed early, or they got there early, it was an extra $6 per kid. If they stayed late, it was an extra $6 per kid. But that adds up quick. Everything adds up quick. Try and make it so that you have another day to recover after you get home from the cruise. You will likely feel yourself moving like you're still on the boat for some time. Could be a few days, could be a week. That's how it was for us. It's like when you jump on a trampoline for a while, you get off the trampoline, then you jump on solid ground. It's kind of wacky. So, I know I'm probably missing some stuff, and that's it in a nutshell. Great trip. I recommend cruises to anybody. You don't have to be on a schedule if you don't want to be. If you just want to walk around, and do your own thing, do it. But if you want to adhere to a schedule, do that too. Whatever. Check out the ports. Have a good time. Real quick. If people who are dressed up in costumes come up to you, like when you get in the ports, they want to take their picture with you. They expect you to tip them. So if you don't want to tip anybody for some bogus reason, like taking a picture with them with your phone, don't take pictures with locals who are dressed up. Don't do it. So, give yourself time. Pick a good airline. Prep for delays. Everything costs money. Everything. If you're going to drink, your best bet, cruise lines will let you bring so much alcohol on the boat that you don't have to pay for. Like, you could bring 2 bottles of wine or a 6-pack of beer, each person, each adult. So if you're into that kind of thing, somebody bring the beer and somebody else bring the wine, whatever. But it's a lot of fun. Bring some cash. Also on the boat, everything is tied to your ID. So if you're charged, there's a credit card that's charged to your ID, or that's attached to your ID. Whatever you shop with, you're using your ID. You don't have to pull out cash or anything until you get into port to, wherever the boat stops. So if you go in, you're like, I'll have a beer. They take your card, and then at the end of the trip, you get your bill. So don't get sticker shock. Pay attention to your bill. Where the ties are so blue. If you have any questions, bring. I'll check the comments and stuff too. I'm still learning this Facebook thing. I appreciate your time in these 4 or 5, 15 to 20 minute videos. I know that's a lot, but I'm doing this because you guys asked me to. And cut.